Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming back, and to those who are new, welcome. So today I just want to chat about how it feels so good to keep a good credit score. So my dad had a car he had bought cash, and he actually bought it while I was still in primary school. I think I was in grade 7 at the time. Unfortunately, it did have its problems eventually, obviously, because it's a car bought cash, and obviously it's secondhand and all that. So it did take up some money at some point. But the sad part was in 2011 when he went into a car accident. He didn't have insurance, but the person who was at fault was the other guy who had insurance, so they managed to pay him off whatever they could. A towing company, however, got a hold of the car, and it was not worth it for him to fight for it, so he just took whatever payouts he got, and that was that. My points about the good credit score. So in 2011, because of that, I was like to my dad, let me check if I qualify for a car, and it will be yours. You can reimburse me monthly, even though the payments will be coming from me. So you will reimburse whatever is the installment on the car. So I thought, as a good daughter, let me just do that for my parents. So it felt good to actually be approved for a car, because all the payments I had, or whatever obligations I had, I was paying on time. So things were good, and I believe that's why I was able to get the car for them. So it does feel good. However, in hindsight, I do feel like it was a bit of a financial mistake. Why I say that is because I didn't do the research necessary about buying a car. All I thought was, oh, okay, you qualify for a car, and yeah, you're good to go. But the car that we bought actually had a balloon payment included, or residual, some would call it. And for those who don't know, a balloon payment is if ever you buy a car and you're paying your installments continually until a certain date that is agreed for on the contract. After you're done paying all of that, you have this lump sum amount that you actually need to pay to the bank. Why they put that balloon payment is so that you can afford the installments. So in actual fact, I didn't afford the car, but they made sure that I can afford it by adding that residual balloon payment. I didn't even know about it until at some point I was driving and I heard on the radio about balloon payment and the actual explanation about it. And I actually remember going home and explaining it to my mom as well, like, yeah, this is what we got ourselves into. So yeah, it does feel like one of my financial mistakes. And also but then again, since we are on a debt freedom journey, if you have bought a car, because we live in an age where we need cars, we need to get to meetings, we need to do this, we need to do that. Sometimes it's not because you have a choice. Sometimes you really, really, really need a car. If you have bought a car and you have a residual or balloon payment on it, my advice, or some pointers on a debt freedom journey, perhaps if you can save up a bit, I don't know, maybe pay off what you need to pay plus your car, and put away a bit to have that money available when the period ends. Because one dealer told me at some point, he said the only way you get away from paying this balloon payment is if you either trade in your car, so maybe drive it 3 years, trade in, like that you get away from it. Or what I know from experience is if you settle a car, so if at some point you are able to have a lump sum to settle whatever is left on the car, that balloon payment falls off. So it's bad advice to be changing cars every time. It's not really good for your credit score. As I said, keeping a good credit score is a must, and it's very good. And also, settling a car, if you don't have that lump sum to settle a car, you still have that balloon payment to pay at the end. So probably the best would be if you can save up a bit towards that lump sum amount, because if you don't pay it in the lump sum at the end, you'll actually have to refinance that amount, and refinancing that amount means interest on that amount. So while on the debt freedom journey, if you can save whatever little that you have, if you already have bought a car, or if you're looking to buy a car and perhaps it's a necessity and you might need to have that residual amount there, if you can try to save up towards it, have a look at your statement, see how much it is that balloon payment will be, and try and save towards it, so that at the end you have that lump sum amount, or you are at least able to pay a bulk of it at the end of your term of paying off the car. So I've said a mouthful, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell. We are on a debt freedom journey. At the end of it all, I hope that we all get to a very healthy net worth. So hence I sometimes will share some snippets of advice here and there, or what I've learned on this debt freedom journey. Ciao.